Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Don't Argue podcast here. Yes, there's been a change of the name. I thought I'd change it up, but I just want to say thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you for those who watch. And hey, if you are watching this, feel free to join. I'm just the Kiwi dude who loves his footy. I'm not the most knowledgeable, but I'm definitely passionate. I love talking about the game. I love watching the game. I do watch the majority of the games. I give you something different from a different perspective, something you're probably not used to. I guess the first thing being a Kiwi, talking about AFL, and then the rest you'll probably see I sort of try to bring it into a perspective that is, my perspective. But in saying that, we'll get into it. One sees the Western Bulldogs hosting the Swans. Again, Swans looking good in that win there against the Cats there. Was it just due to the fact that it was a home and also of the hype as well regarding Buddy Franklin? Unsure, but hey, they won. Bulldogs, if they lose this, it's 3 in a row. 3 losses in a row. Can they do that? Will that happen? I don't know. Look, for me here, this will probably be the last time I say this, but I'm going to tip the Bulldogs here for me. Second game sees the D's hosting Essendon. I think this game should be a straightforward game, though in saying that Essendon did look good in patches against the Lions. Melbourne here at home, I'm sure they're probably, they're happy with their win, but I'm sure they'll probably look and say that there's more to be done. For me personally, Melbourne. Third game is the Adelaide Showdown, the Crows and Port. Funny thing is, both of these teams have not had a win. And to be fair with you, it's probably a game that's probably looking more and more like it could go either way, especially with Port's last performance. But in saying that, obviously, they are hurt. Hey, Crows are hurt as well. They did lose, unfortunately, a very tough game to Collingwood. They just battered them from the get-go, I think, anyway. So they're going to be looking to rectify themselves here. However, in saying that, at home, you'd have to give this to the Crows, I think. I'm not going to fall too much into the hype because, form is thrown out the window whenever there's a derby, particularly in this case here. Look for the Crows to be doing everything they can. I'm sure Port will as well, but in saying that, I'm just going to have to give this one here to the Crows. This game sees the Giants against the Suns, New South Wales against Queensland and AFL. It's what I love about the sport too. It's very unique in that sense, right? Look, I'm going to be going... I think I might tip the Suns here. Giants had a game they should have won against the Tigers, particularly with their key player out, and they absolutely got rolled around the park, right? So Suns, though they lost against the D's, they could probably take a lot of positives out of this one here. Look, in saying that, for me, I'm going to have to tip the Suns for me. I'm going for the Suns. I think they can do it. This game sees the, one of the good rivalry games, right? Pies against the Cats. Very rowdy fans. Get around it though. It's going to be an exciting game. A good day out as well at the footy. Pies against Cats here. Look, obviously Cats have had a bit of an up and down form, whereas the Pies have been straightforward, aiming for their third win in a row. Can they do it? I don't see why they can't. I mean, if you're trying to convince yourself otherwise, you might be a bit silly. But in saying that, I just think they'll... Look... I think they'll be too good. Obviously, the Cats will be hurting from that loss there, but come on, surely. Pies are running off a high here. A very good one at that. I want to tip the Pies here for me. Game number 6 sees the Lions hosting North Melbourne. North Melbourne had a very good win over a very weak Eagles side, but hey, you'll take it, right? It doesn't matter. You can only play who's in front of you. End of story. The Lions did look a bit shaky at the start against Essendon, but then they came through at the end. They're hosting over at the Gabba. Look, I don't think there's much to be said, is there? They're looking good, to be fair with you guys. Lions for me. Game number 7 sees the Blues against the Hawks. This game here, a lot of people would have just said it would have been probably, like a mid-table clash or even a bottom 4 clash, depending on your views on these teams. But here we go. These are like the top 4 teams battling it out. How beautiful is that? It's awesome. I love it. I love it. I want to definitely be watching this game. Man, and look, for myself here, I can't go wrong personally with either team. This almost seems like probably the game of the round. Dare I say it? I mean, apart from the showdown, this is probably the game of the round for me. I don't know who to pick. Hawks dismantled Port in a game that Port should have won. A game that was attributed to, Ebert, and they absolutely flopped. And the Hawks just dismantled them from the get-go. Embarrassed them. And then you have obviously the Blues, who have dismantled Tigers. They've dismantled the Bulldogs in convincing fashion. Oh, guys, I don't know. I think I might have to just toss a coin here. We'll see what happens. Hawks for me. That's it. I'm tipping Hawks. Done. I'm not even going to think about it. Second to last game sees the Saints take on the Tigers. Obviously, the Saints had that win against Fremantle in a game that a lot of people probably thought they would have lost. But hey, they're versing Freo, so there you go, unfortunately. Tigers, hey, a convincing win. Despite everything that's been happening in their camp, a convincing win over the Giants there, a win that you'll take, a win that'll hopefully hold you in steadfast as you try and move on and up the ladder. Look, for me personally, I think I'm going to tip the Tigers here for me. I always fall for it. I always fall for the Tigers, but I'm going to do it here. I think they'll get the job done. Here it is, done. The last game of the round, the Western Australian Showdown, the Perth Showdown, whatever you want to call it. The Eagles host Freo. Now, the Eagles, I believe, should be getting all their combatants back, all their players back, whereas Freo licking their wounds there in a loss that they shouldn't have lost, really. As a Freo fan as well, looking at this objectively, I am not pleased with what happened. I'm not pleased with the results there. If you're an Eagles fan, especially if your guys coming back, you probably see this as an opportunistic moment to win. Now, regarding who wins or not, I'm just going to back Freo here personally. I think we can. But in saying that, look, the trajectory in terms of where we're going isn't really good. I don't think anyway. But in saying that, it is what it is. I'm going to be tipping Freo, though, to win this game. Granted, Eagles should be back and prowling, but I'm going to tip him. Freo, if they mean business, they're going to win this game. End of story. Anyway, I do have a review of that game coming out as well very soon. So please stay tuned. But what are yours? Did I say anything you liked, you didn't like? Again, it is what it is. Football cannot wait. Round 3. Let's go. See you guys later. Take it easy. And just remember, don't argue.